Ladies and gentlemen, meme lords alike, we have finally hit 1,500 subscribers on YouTube. That is just nuts. And I always will be thankful, but like it's especially nuts for this particular milestone because we're actually halfway to 2,000 subscribers. Like there's a lot of popular milestones out there, like 1 million, 10 million, 50 million, or even PewDiePie's 100 million. But for me, like, it's just crazy just to think that we're actually at 1,500 subscribers. That's just nuts to me. 1,500 people. Can you imagine how big that would be? That would fill up an entire building. 1,500 people all are subscribed to my channel over the course of the last several years. And most recently in the last several months. That's just nuts. So, hello everyone that is new. My name is John or Black Ninja 797. This may or may not be one of the very first videos you see from me, especially if this is actually the video you subscribed from. But what's up? I'm John. Hopefully you end up enjoying the channel. I promise you will not regret it. There's going to be a whole bunch of great content on here for the foreseeable future, so look forward to that. But yeah, guys, I wanted to give a thank you for 1,500 subscribers on YouTube and just the support in general recently, because recently we've had a whole bunch of great milestones, and I've been very fortunate with the Twitch affiliation, the YouTube partner program, hitting certain milestones, having several videos doing well, and just be able to interact and make friends with you guys. And that's why I'm looking forward to the 1,500 special, because I want to give back in one of the best ways that I have ever done. We've done so many milestones that it's ridiculous. I mean, we've had anywhere from montages to doing contests to also doing weird things like shooting myself back at 300, which was kind of funny. I don't know where I came up with that idea. I was probably feeling a little bit weird that day. maybe it was the drugs. But yeah, guys, we've done so many crazy things. But the way I want to do 1,500 is going to be a little bit different. Not fully, but pretty damn different. So instead of doing a contest or a montage or whatever you expect, I want to do something that gives back to the general community. Not necessarily even my community, but just the community abroad. So what I want to do is I actually want to give away to a charity or to even an individual family a piece of gaming equipment. Now, I know that might sound a little bit vague, so let me explain. So basically, for me in particular, I have always loved video games. They've always been my biggest thing. And when I was very young, I actually grew up quite poor. So my family, at least my dad and my mom in particular, always struggled on money. And I'm not, worried about admitting this, but I will admit that it was a little bit embarrassing for a little while. And I never had fancy stuff. I never really had like the fun, cool stuff or toys when I was little. And to me, as a little kid, I didn't quite understand, but now I kind of get it now, especially as an adult during the pandemic. I really understand now because I see all these families and I'm like, wow, that not only was what I greatly misunderstood because I thought that I was poor, and then I see all these other families that are struggling to barely even eat. And it just makes me think, being like, wow, not only have I come so far, but I'm actually a lot better off than some other people are. And so what I want to do is I want to share something that I enjoy that makes me very happy. When I was young, when I got my very first video game console, the Nintendo Wii in 2007, it was absolutely amazing. I'll never forget the day that I opened it up on my birthday, and it was me and my brother, and we opened up the Wii game before the console. My parents told me it was a DVD, and of course I fell for it, and then we opened the Wii. I'm like, oh my god, it's a Wii! Ah! And so, it was amazing, because considering the fact that we were so poor, but my family all pitched in to do that, and it made my childhood great. Just playing the Wii and playing all the Wii games. And now I want to do that for a family too. So what I want to do is that I have a local video game electronics store near where I live, and they have a whole bunch of hand-me-down stuff. They take like old used stuff, kind of like GameStop, but without the BS. But yeah, I trust them, and I'm thinking about buying like a Nintendo DS or something with a couple of games, and specifically giving it to a family that is in need or a charity. Most likely a church, because I feel like that with like a Goodwill or whatever, it wouldn't really be fair. Because like with a Goodwill or like kind of like those charities where they're like almost like shopping malls, the family would then have to pay for it, and I don't want to do that. And I also at the same time don't want them to have to feel like it's an exchange. I want it to be specifically just a gift. So the idea is I'm going to, if the churches in my state are open, go to a church and say like, hey, priest, blah, blah, blah. Is there any family that's struggling or is down the dumps and could use like a pick-me-up? I got this. And he could tell me, and if they're not there, I can give it to them because I'll trust the priest. I don't necessarily trust retail workers because You know, a Goodwill person might be like, oh yeah, sure, and just stuff in their pocket. Plus, also, like I said, Goodwill, it's like shopping. It's cheap. It's definitely cheap, but it's not free. The idea is I want no strings attached. I want to be just simply a family that wants to escape the thoughts of the pandemic and just has something to play just for fun. I understand it's not the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox Series X, or the PS5. I completely understand that, but just somebody like, I mean, hell, like, you can get so much use out of a, like, Nintendo DS. Like if I pull out my Nintendo 2DS, where is it? If I got them, like, a Nintendo 2DS like this would be actually something that they could get by for a while. It would have a camera, they could doodle. There's so many great games on the DSs now that, like, it's basically like a mini Switch. I mean, I could definitely see a family getting a big kick out of it. At least I would if I was a kid. And even the parents could use it. They could do something like, oh, hey, Timmy, you want to play Mario together? And they just trade the thing back and forth, you know? It's a little cutesy thing I wanted to do, and I just thought it'd be fun. I understand, like I said, that this is not the Switch or the Xbox or even the PlayStation, but it's something that I want to do, and it's at least a start for where I am. And I hope that you guys will join me on this journey of giving back. Hopefully, like, we all can pay something forward one day. I'm trying to do that through the sake of my YouTube videos and just also just doing little things. So what I encourage you guys down below in the comments, and please do this, because this is always something that will make you feel the most fulfilled. I've always learned this from Tony Robbins, but one of the best things you can ever do in your life is to give. And it's especially notable when you do it when you shouldn't or feel like you can't. A lot of people might think this is irresponsible, you know, paying anywhere from like $80 to get the console like the DS, and then a couple, maybe like $20 to get a game, $100 during a pandemic. A lot of people might think that's irresponsible. You know, you got bills to pay, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I really don't care. My family will back me up. If so what, I might end up having it where I don't have any desirable snack food for a while. Who cares? The idea is to give back, because then I'll form a bond with that family. And even if it's a one-off and I never see him again, at least I'll know that the kid, or even the adult per se, it doesn't necessarily have to be a kid, will have something that they can use to just let go, escape the reality of what's going on right now and just have some fun. Because I can tell you this, is that the pandemic, the worst times it's got me is when I was in it directly, and having an escape, or at least the choice of one, definitely helps. A lot of people haven't been able to see their loved ones, so I just want someone to be like, hey, you know, Timmy, let's hang out with Mario for a little bit, you know? I mean, this might sound like I'm being a kiss-ass, and this might sound like I'm being a suck-up, or it might even sound like I'm trying to impress people, but at the end of the day, that's not what this is. This is a message to let you guys know that I'm trying to be one of those few exceptions, and I hope that you will join me and be one of those few exceptions, that there is still good people out there in this world. So I can't promise that this will be a recording, by the way, but I want to let you know that this is something that I have in the works. So what I will do ideally for 1,500 subscribers is that I will do a mini-style vlog where I go to the store, pick up the DS, and ideally if the family will allow me to record their reaction, of course I'll do that. But basically what I'll do is, within the means of people's permission, I will record what I can, and just let you know that I will give the DS away to a family that deserves it. That's at least my plan. If there's not a DS in stock, I'll figure out something. I promise. Don't worry. This isn't BS. But I hope you guys end up enjoying. Thank you for 1,500 subscribers. And I'm forever grateful. And I don't expect anything in return for what I'm doing here. But all I just ask is this. If you could just do me one favor, is just make sure that you pay it forward. Whatever thing that you think that you want to do that would be nice as a charitable act, even if it's something small, go right ahead and do it. If you want to end up giving back to somebody by using a piece of advice, or you want to end up giving them something that you don't need anymore that you think that they would like, or even if you just want to end up spending time with people, sometimes people just enjoy the company, just give your time and your energy and something that you would have make you happy to somebody else. And trust me, it's one of the most fulfilling things that you could possibly do. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it here for today's video. I truly hope you guys end up enjoying. If you did, I'd tremendously appreciate if you guys could drop a like, comment, and subscribe. But I hope you guys end up enjoying another YouTube video from the most unique YouTuber you're ever going to see. Peace out, guys.